VR mission number 19 now. This one is right up there with number 18 and being quite tough to complete. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you my winning run and talk to you about strategies that you could take and how to approach this actual mission. I did this quite a few times, but amazingly I managed to come onto the game one day, and in my third try I did it. So if you are struggling with it, take a long break because it will definitely help you. I was pretty chuffed when I completed it as well. So let's get into it and let's see what we got. So the first wave is by far the easiest wave. What you need to do for this one is go straight into this first wolf and hit him as much as possible with your sword. If he tries to attack you at any point, just try and block his attacks. You want to keep your eyes on him as well, so try and keep him within your sight so you know where he's coming from. Just keep hitting him and make sure that you can pull off a chance attack. The best way to do it is just to use your sword, because the first one is quite easy to get rid of. It's later on that you might struggle a little bit, which you'll need a different weapon for. So pull off a chance attack, and if you can't pull off one, then make sure that you hit him enough so that he turns blue, then you can pull off a Zandatsu that way. So then for the second wave, just run straight up the ramp and get ready for the next lot. So what you want to do for the second wave is go either left or right when you get to the top of the ramp. My Sai led me upwards, so I've randomly gone upwards for this one. And get your pole arm out, because your pole arm is going to give you as much damage as possible to all the enemies around you instead of attacking them one by one. So that'll make it a lot faster for you. You want to try and dodge the hammer attacks if possible, because they can damage you quite a lot. And if possible, do not go on the platform above, because that's where the wolf sits. Once you kill the first couple of enemies, the wolf will come down and then he'll start attacking you. But if possible, try and keep him up there as long as possible, so then you have a little bit less to deal with down at the bottom. So what I decided to do was attack the wolf when he did come down, which is a bit of a pain. And luckily for my run, I managed to get myself a chance attack on one of the soldiers, which, you know, reduced the time a little bit for me. So the wolf was attacking me, and somehow I managed to get this chance attack on that soldier. God knows how, but then I pulled off a Zandatsu. That's another one down. So for the other soldiers, just keep hitting them with the pole arm and keep dodging the attacks. You want to try and keep yourself moving as much as possible, but make sure you inflict maximum damage as you're moving along. So the attack that I like to use is jumping in the air and, you know, slamming the pole arm down. Can't remember what attack it's called, but that's a good way of hitting the enemies down and then you know, splitting them up from the pack as well, because then you'll be able to pull off an easier Zandatsu than you would if they were all standing together. The thing that you want to avoid the most is when they're all standing together, and if you pull off a Zandatsu with, say, 3 enemies around you and their arms are glowing blue, then chances are they could die if you pull off a Zandatsu. So that's why you need to split them up from the pack. You've got to be really careful about it. So for this guy here, it was quite easy. He was split up anyway, and I managed to get quite a lucky Zandatsu there because I sliced quite a few times. So that's 2 enemies down, and the wolf's there. So you got to keep attacking the wolf as you did before. I managed to get quite an easy Zandatsu on it. If you get a chance to pull off a Zandatsu, then do it. But if there's too many enemies around you, don't do it, because there's a chance that you could get hit or you could ruin your whole run. So you've got to be quite careful with it. With this one, it's not going to be as easy as VR mission number 18, because you do have to be quite careful with what you're doing, and you have to take your time with it. It takes a lot more accuracy on this one than the other one. So what you want to do for the hammer guys is just keep hitting them as much as possible and bring them down to a state where they turn completely blue, like this guy here, and then pull off a Zandatsu. And then you come on to the final guy and do exactly the same thing. Just keep hitting them as much as possible. Remember, you're trying to keep your time within 10 minutes. So ideally within the first 2 waves, you want to get rid of all the enemies within about 3 to 4 minutes, roughly about that. If you do it quicker than that, well, kudos to you. But I got mine to about 4 minutes, which is completely fine. For the final wave, it will probably take you about 3 to 4 minutes, roughly. It depends how you approach it. Completely depends on that. For the final guy, he went for the attack, and I managed to get behind him and pull off a quick Zandatsu. So then run up to the final wave, which is a set of 4 lovely wolves, which are usually a pain in the arse. You will have 2 with saws on their backs and 2 with lasers. Now if you've played VR mission number 18 before, you'll remember that they've had lasers in the past and they can shoot you from distance. If they do that, then you want to go straight for that laser and stop them from hitting you. So do that as fast as possible. Now, the strategy I took is by doing the same thing as I did in the first wave, is by hitting them as much as possible and trying to pull off a chance attack. For the first guy, I actually managed to do it, which was quite impressive. Make sure you still have your polearm out for this as well, because that will help you attack all the wolves at the same time. I've had a couple of problems with this one in the past, getting to the same point, and it cancelled the mission because I accidentally killed the wolves, which is very strange. So make sure that when they do come down to a state of blue, that I like to call it, when they do come down to that, make sure that you are able to attack the other wolves as well, and don't keep attacking that same wolf, because you know, if you keep attacking him, he's just going to die and it's not going to be very helpful to you. So I'm down to 2 wolves now. What you want to do is just keep keeping your distance from as well. If they keep trying to attack you or run at you or something like that, just dodge their attacks. That's the best thing that you can do. But try and keep your distance if they do shoot a laser at you, because that's not going to help you if it hits you. So just keep attacking one wolf. If they're split up, try to attack one wolf. If they're together, just use the polearm and attack both. To pull off the Zandatsu, try and knock them down to the floor, and you'll get an easier Zandatsu out of it. So like I'm doing here, I'm trying to knock them down to the floor before I try and pull off a Zandatsu, because there's nothing worse than trying to pull it off and then they jump backwards and then you accidentally hit them in the wrong spot. So for this one I was quite lucky, because I don't know how I managed to do it. I think it was pure luck the way I did it, but I managed to pull off all the Zandatsus and I got quite a decent time of it. So this is the first time that I actually got down to the final wolf, and it seemed quite easy. It seemed quite an easy process in trying to take him out. So we get us down to the final one, pull off the final Zandatsu, and then there you go. If you follow a similar setup to what I did, then I think you'll have a good chance. But you've got to make sure that you play it a few times and understand what the enemy is going to do before you actually try and put your own solution into it. So hopefully this video helped you. So that's VR mission number 19, and I will see you in the next VR mission, the final number 20. See you later.